this school shooting. There's a fucking school shooting? Again? The Los Angeles Sheriff Department responded to an active shoot. When was this? Responded to an active shooter situation at Saugus High School. There are multiple victims, and according to local reports, the police have surrounded. What the hell, man?
Their first job really is to focus on protecting the students at the school, protecting the community, finding the person responsible. Motive is something they look at a little further on down.
What? Shots were fired at Saugus High School, 40 miles outside of Los Angeles. Authorities are searching for a single teenage suspect. Local hospital reported 2 victims in critical conditions, with 3 others arriving for treatment. Nearby schools are on lockdown. Oh my God. What? Jesus. Did this just happen? Wait a minute here. Wait a minute! Hold on.
Might need, and when that happens, there's a tremendous amount of conflicting information that circulates. So obviously one of the things we want to do is make sure that we only provide stuff that we've been able to confirm and verify in a few different ways. We've heard lots of different things, none of it really locked down at this point.
Eric, because we're waiting for information and confirmation to to be able to release this name in the meantime, we do know, as you mentioned, he's 15 years old. Were you able to look into some history, gun violence history or anything like that from this 15-year-old or at this school?
Not yet. As far as the individual goes, anybody who's underage, under 18, there's no real ability for us, as reporters or even any member of the public, to look at any kinds of court records or indicators that might shed light on background.
Why? So a 15-year-old kid just shot up a school. Why is this happening? Why does this keep happening? I thought we were... Oh, now it's fucking #1 on trending right now. Because it literally just happened as I was talking about fucking the razor. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe this, dude.
Have gone up in recent years.
Look at this.
Most of the threats have turned out to be hoaxes. In other words, they were offered by somebody or posted on social media by somebody with no real intent of carrying it out. One of the things that law enforcement has had to do is spend an inordinate amount of time running each of them down because...
Why aren't they doing anything about this? Why does the school shootings keep happening? Nobody cares. I mean, that's not what I meant. Like, people care, but nobody cares to do anything about it. Do something. How are these kids getting into the school with guns? Like, you would think by the fucking 20th fucking mass shooting that they would implement some sort of goddamn security check or something. Like, there's got to be something we can do in the meantime before we figure out what the fuck we can actually do to prevent this in the long run. I can't believe this is still going on. It's now #1 trending. Ugh. This is insane, dude. The high school Andrew Yang. The high school shooting in Santa Clarita is horrifying. My heart goes out to the families and children. Our kids deserve better. We have to fight gun violence and shootings at every level, from firearm laws on down. The time for action is long past. We must do more than mourn. Exactly. Students led by officers single file out of Saugus High School as the shooting was reported at the campus. in Santa Clarita. What? If you live in neighborhood S anywhere near Saugus High School, please lock doors and stay inside. If you see suspect, male, dark clothing in backyards, etc., call 911. Multiple victims. At least 6 students hospitalized. Wow.
And we waited there for maybe 25 minutes, and then the police came, opened the door. They one of them had the gun raised, just in case. Our teacher, Jeremy Fannin, he told us to have our hands up when he came in. There was a few people crying, but overall it was very, very calm. We were part of the. I was part of the first class out. He came out a little bit later.
Did you know what was going on?
Yeah. After it only took about 10 seconds for everyone to realize what was happening. Some people thought maybe it wasn't real because there had been about a year or two ago there had been a false report, but most people got the gist pretty quickly.
Have you been able to talk to any of your other friends? Are they okay?
Yes, I've been able to contact most, if not all, of my friends. They've confirmed that they're all right. A lot of them didn't make it to school yet. So
what do you think of all this? We're hearing.
Okay, I can't just keep watching this, but fuck, man. This is. I mean, God. Like, I don't understand. How come in every other circumstance, when something negative happens, whether it's in a corporation at a job or a terrorist attack, there's immediate action and people figure out how the fuck we're going to get around this so that it doesn't happen again. But when it comes to school shootings, literally nothing is being done. Like, there's nothing being done. This is like, how many fucking school shootings have happened in the past, like, year or so? It's just constant. And literally nothing's being done. I keep saying that because nothing is being done. They keep happening. If you're in an industry of work that can require any sort of injury or death, if it's in the labor force, okay? And let's say someone slips and twists their ankle on like a spill on the ground. The company immediately puts actions in play and they prevent that from ever happening by implementing rules such as, like, I don't know, if you spill something, immediately clean it up, immediately put pylons around it, and if you don't, you're penalized for it. And of course, the people involved in that labor industry hate the fact that they have to abide by these new rules because they think they're stupid, but those new rules prevent that from ever happening again. But when it comes to school shootings, kids die and get shot, and families' lives are ruined, but yet the government, the schools themselves, the people involved, the victim. Nobody has a solution. And maybe people have solutions, but nobody's enforcing anything. What the fuck is going on? Why did they put the camera down?
But this is just the reality of what's happening.
What's happening?
Live aerial pictures of deputies still surrounding and a SWAT vehicle still surrounding the home where the shooter is believed to be holed up. We don't know the condition of the shooter. We're waiting to hear confirmation if the shooter is in custody, if the shooter is dead, if the shooter is alive, if the shooter's been found. But there are deputies inside that home clearing every single room. But since those lifts at the school lockdown has been lifted, deputies saying that there is no more threat to the public. That could be an indication that that shooter is no longer a threat.
We're just getting some new information in right now that we want to share with you. Again, in terms of the victims, that number has been fluctuating throughout the morning. Henry Mayo Hospital saying that they have 4 patients, 3 males and 1 female. A female and 2 males are in critical condition, and one of the males is in good condition. Also, in terms of the reunification point, we're hearing from the Sheriff's Department that the north end of Central Park is now too congested. So parents, students that are being asked to go to the south end of the park, past the Santa Clarita Community Gardens towards Sports Fields 1 and 4. And don't forget, you need to have identification there as you pick up your kids. But there are a couple of reunification points, Central Park being the first one we heard about this morning. Right.
And of course, where you're doing this reunification, it's getting very crowded. And they're asking everyone to go to the south side of it, and just to make it a little bit easier. But again, we're waiting to get confirmation about this suspect. But we do know and have been able to confirm that it is a 15-year-old student. And they were able to get that confirmation from students that were there, the students that were shot, the victims. They showed a picture and were able to identify and give that name to deputies, and that's how they got the information to the home. They ran over to the home, now canvassing this area. The video that you're seeing here to the left is a baseball field that's in between the school and in between the suspect's home, where witnesses saw the suspect dressed in black run through this baseball field, dump some backpacks, and run inside of this home. And as you can see on your screen to the right, we're waiting for LA County sheriffs to give us an update. We believe they may have some information about this shooter and whether they have found him dead or alive.
Yeah, so obviously a very...
Jesus Christ, man.
Somewhat confidence that they know exactly who they're dealing with and where they might be. Let's check in right now with NBC4's Patrick Healy. Patrick, where are you at?
At the corner of Centurion and Bouquet Canyon. The school is just behind us, and they have been leading large groups of students down the sidewalk, bringing them to this church here right at the corner. This is kind of a gathering area, and then they are putting the students on, well, they were putting them on buses.
I need to... Well, this has taken over my episode then, I guess. Wow, dude. Like, you think we could have ended the year off a little bit more positive. You know, I thought we went the last few months without a school shooting. And now we're back at it. End the year off strong with another one. This is... I need to stay to see if they catch this fucker. So I don't know if you were listening. The 15-year-old kid shot up the school, ran through. I don't think anyone died. There's like 6 injured students. He ran through a baseball field, dropped his backpack off, and then ran into this home here, which I guess is his parents' house. But why aren't they just going inside? They're just waiting outside the house here. I don't want to stop this podcast and then find out that they find the guy or whatever. Can cops legally shoot the kid? I mean, I think they can, right? It's hard to say. This is happening live for me right now. I can't... Oh, gosh, people. So, I mean, there's really no point in me discussing what else I wanted to talk about, because, well, shit, like, damn, dude. And now I gotta find out if they catch this kid. Okay, quick little jump cut there because I wanted to stop and just kind of see if they're gonna find this kid or not. I've been waiting for like hour to 45 minutes now. And all they oh my god, all they've been saying is just like that there's no longer a threat, but they don't know if the 15-year-old kid who did the shooting killed himself, or if he's in the hospital right now, or if he's still alive in the house. No one really has that information yet. So, I mean, I wasn't expecting to even talk about this. So I can't just sit here and continue to wait. But I mean, like, this is happening right now, right as I'm doing this. There's so many police cars. Like, look how many police cars there are on the left-hand side here.
Since around 7:30 this morning. And again, more details to come in just a few minutes. So, curious, can we check in with Megan Reyes right now in News Chopper 4 Alpha?
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Hi, Megan.
Yeah, we're with you. We're back over Saugus High School right now. Essentially, this area here is an entire crime scene right now. I was trying to find this spot earlier that I was shooting. There was looked like a quad. This looks like maybe a quad center. A lot of students were outside. This shooting happened before 8 o'clock. And what I've noticed is you can see all the yellow tape. So this might be an area where possibly a shooting happened. They put the crime scene tape up. But what I noticed is, look at all the benches there, the lunch benches. All the backpacks were left. Students were scrambling and running for safety. And you see that, and it just kind of shows you the mass panic also there on the ground right there. Some more backpacks there on the ground. So obviously students dropped everything and took cover and did what they needed to do. But you could see a lot of deputies on scene right now. And essentially the investigation is just beginning. This is going to be a long investigation here at the school. We still have the command center not too far from here. And I wanted to show you, I still see students being loaded onto buses down here. Now remember, each bus that's being transported, I heard on the scanner traffic earlier, they are going to have an armed deputy with them. So students are being loaded onto buses right now, escorted by armed deputies. So they are safe. They're being taken to Central Park. That's the reunification center.
Okay. I mean, they have great... Once the shooting fucking happens, they're doing a great job of getting everyone out of there, but, like, fuck me, man. Is there really nothing you can do to prevent the shooting happening in the first place? There's too many. There's too many. I don't even know what to say. I was in the groove, ready to talk about some topics here. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4 I had 4 other things I wanted to talk about here, but I guess we'll save it for next episode because I don't know. After this, the vibe has gone downhill. Like I can't bring it up from here, right? Like we just gotta end on this note here. Boop! Look at this. Keanu Reeves plays a piece of sage blowing in the wind. Olive, get down. You stink. He keeps yawning. If he wouldn't have kept yawning, I could have kept him up here. But his breath's stinky.